Just a quick question regarding 911 services. Most landlines are gone by the wayside. Most people have either a cell phone or if they do have a landline, is voice over internet. So it's a internet service provider that is providing 911 services. When it comes to, when we talk about throttling, how does that impact the delivery of a 911 call?
How does it impact the telephone call? Is that what you're saying? I don't know that it does. Throttling, as we're defining it on the internet, would degrade a service that's coming on the internet. Someone
so
trying
degrading a service could be degrading the delivery of a 911 call, which needs to be protected to ensure that it's delivered to the PSAP.
I'm not sure that applies to telephone.
Okay. Are you referring to a situation like where there'd be that call would gain like over other calls at that time? Because we want to make sure that in some cases you've got a presumption out there that emergency calls could take priority to make sure that those calls can make through.
And I'm using the internet to make phone calls, and one of those phone calls is to, a 911 center, versus someone using the same service to purchase, a new car or, realtor services. Is my 911 call going to be degraded because, we want that business call to get ahead?
Well, and again, we want to make sure is that those calls on the emergency side do have the ability to rise to the top, because we want to make sure that the responders out there can get there. So it's making sure that that happens.
So from my perspective, when we talk about protecting internet services and when we talk about ensuring that there is a system that is affordable, there is a system that is not going to be compromised simply because some, the haves and the have-nots. I want to make sure that it is a system that everyone can participate in, regardless of how much you're able to pay. So I support this legislation. I'm really happy that it's moving forward. Of all of the bills that we see here in Congress, this is the one issue that my constituents are very concerned about. I have a large problem with homelessness. When people are applying for jobs, when people are applying to go to college, for example, if they're not able to get online and fill up those applications because the library is closed and they're having to utilize their cell phones and they're constantly losing signal because it's not a reliable network, that's a cause for concern. So I want to make sure that we do everything that we can to ensure that we protect services for them.
That's why the Lifeline program is so important, and this bill also restores the legal underpinnings. When Chairman Pai threw out the 2015 open internet order, those went out with them. This bill restores those legal underpinnings for Lifeline and Connect America, and you're talking about services that for our veterans, our seniors, and for the poor. That's very important, and that's restored in this bill.
And protecting Lifeline is critically important, but ensuring that telephone companies also don't utilize this program as a way to offer, a cost savings plan at this rate, where the person who would be applying or will be utilizing the Lifeline program is capped out at a certain amount. So we want to make sure that we protect the pricing for those users, and that it's not a grant program that could be utilized for a higher program.